Brainstorm morning.
The history of prohibition in the United States is a complex and fascinating topic that spans over a decade and encompasses a wide range of social, political, and cultural factors. At its core, prohibition was a movement to ban the sale, production, and consumption of alcohol in the United States, driven by a powerful coalition of religious groups, temperance activists, and social reformers. The movement for prohibition can be traced back to the early 19th century, when a group of religious leaders and social reformers began advocating for a ban on alcohol as a way to combat the widespread social ills that they believed were caused by excessive drinking. One of the most prominent figures in this movement was a woman named Carrie Nation, who became famous for her outspoken speeches and her willingness to use violence to shut down saloons and other establishments that sold alcohol. As the movement for prohibition gained momentum in the early 20th century, it began to attract the support of a wide range of groups, including women's suffrage activists, progressives, and labor unions. In 1919, Congress passed the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which banned the sale, production, and transportation of alcohol in the United States. The amendment was ratified by the states in 1920 and went into effect the following year. The years that followed the implementation of prohibition were marked by widespread lawlessness and corruption, as bootleggers and organized crime gangs took advantage of the lucrative black market for alcohol. Despite the efforts of law enforcement agencies to enforce the ban, the number of illegal speakeasies and other establishments that sold alcohol soared, and the consumption of alcohol actually increased during the Prohibition era. One of the most well-known figures of the Prohibition era was Al Capone, a notorious gangster who controlled much of the illegal alcohol trade in Chicago. Capone and other gangsters became incredibly wealthy and powerful during the Prohibition era, and their criminal activities were a major source of public concern and outrage. The era of Prohibition came to an end in 1933, when the 21st Amendment was ratified, which repealed the 18th Amendment and lifted the ban on alcohol. The repeal of Prohibition had a significant impact on American society, as it effectively ended the black market for alcohol, reduced the power of organized crime, and allowed the government to collect taxes on alcohol sales. The history of prohibition in the United States is a complex and fascinating topic that encompasses a wide range of social, political, and cultural factors. While the movement for prohibition was driven by a powerful coalition of religious groups, temperance activists, and social reformers, the era of prohibition was marked by widespread lawlessness and corruption, as bootleggers and organized crime gangs took advantage of the lucrative black market for alcohol. Despite the efforts of law enforcement agencies to enforce the ban, the number of illegal speakeasies and other establishments that sold alcohol soared, and the consumption of alcohol actually increased during the Prohibition era. The history of prohibition in the United States serves as a reminder of the complex and often controversial relationship between government and society, and the ongoing debate about the role of government in regulating individual behavior. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. Your support means the world to us. Please don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting and inspiring stories. And we would be truly grateful if you could leave us a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts and feedback.